Hey everybody. I'm sitting here in my car in front of Goodwill. I just got out of Goodwill and I didn't find anything today in there. But I did see a license plate that I wanted to talk with you about. And it says, "Be realistic, avoid delusions of adequacy." I don't know why, but for some reason that license plate just kind of jumped off the car to me and into my brain. And I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about how often I, as a Christian, become complacent in who I am and think, oh, I can handle that. Oh, that's something I can do. I don't need to bother God with that. This is something that I can take care of. When really I am not adequate to the task, and in my own strength, I am not adequate. I am not enough by myself. But I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And I was thinking about that as I was pulling out of the parking lot, and I thought, no, I've got to come back and make a little vlog about that, because it just really struck me as the amount of truth that's in that statement. Because we humans do believe, and, media, self-help guides, gurus of all kinds will tell us, you are adequate. You don't need anything else. You are enough. Well, you know what? We aren't enough. Without God, we are not enough. We need God's guiding hand. We need His light. We need His Son. We need Him helping us through the day. I know I was walking Trixie the other day, and I was going over in my head all the things that I was thinking about my move, because I'm getting ready to move. And I was like, well, what if this and what if that? And I was what ifing it to death. And the thought came to me, you don't need to be afraid. And so I started thinking about the Bible verse, "Don't be afraid. The Lord your God is with you wherever you go." And I was thinking particularly about that phrase, "The Lord your God is with you wherever you go." And that's why we're not afraid, because the Lord, my God, is with me wherever I go. There is no place I can go that He is not there. No place. And that's why I am not adequate, because I need God in my life to make me adequate. I can be adequate to do any task if I have the Lord guiding me to do it. And I believe that God gifts us with things in a particular moment for us to overcome obstacles in our lives. And it may be giftings and callings that we've never used before. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm going to be able to go and just play a piano just because I can't play the piano, but I am saying that there are certain times that God equips us with wisdom. There are times when He equips us with knowledge, or maybe gifts us with the ability to speak a word into someone's life that's really going to help them. So things like that that's what I'm talking about, those types of things. So as I'm headed out to another thrift store, I have to vacate my house a little bit today because the home inspector is coming from the buyer, and she's going to have my house inspected. So I've got to leave for about 3 hours, and I left Trixie in her crate and told the inspector, hey, she's here in her crate, so just be kind to the dog. So, but as I'm going about my day, I'm going to think about this. I'm going to think about the realism in that state. I'm going to think about the realism, I can't even say it, the realism in that statement. Be realistic. Avoid delusions of adequacy. The reality is, I am not enough without God. With God, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. I know how to abase, and I know how to abound, as the Apostle Paul says. I know how to be with plenty of stuff, and I know how to be without plenty of stuff. I've lived that. So in all things, I can do what, as Christ strengthens me, I can do those things. That's the context of that verse. So if God chooses at some point for me to do without, I can do it, because He is adequate to the task, not me. Guys, I hope y'all have a great day. I love you guys. May the Lord be with you. Maranatha, folks. Bye-bye.